Chapter 22, Strange Creatures. So this is a nice little filler chapter, very rare for One Piece to have one of these. But we also get a bit of necessary exposition here. Luffy and crew arrive on a random island and it's full of some really random creatures. Along the way, they get attacked, and then they find an attacker, Gaimon, a man who's trapped within the treasure chest. Luffy and him talk about their respective dreams, and he and Gaimon comment on how they can't read a map, with Nami annoyed by the pair, then exposits about the Grand Line in the shape of their world, the Blue Planet. While talking about hopes and dreams, Gaimon goes over his prospective past. Gaimon used to be just a regular pirate, not stuck in a treasure chest, when him and his crew came to his island to look for treasure. And while he did find the treasure, he fell off a cliff and was stuck in a box. And by the time he woke up, his crew had sailed away, leaving him abandoned on the island and stuck in a treasure chest. Luffy and Nami decide to help him find the treasure once again because he couldn't climb up because he has tiny little arms now. Only all the chests are now empty, meaning Gaimon's 20 years on the island were somewhat wasted. He laughs it off after a minute, and while Luffy does invite him to join up, he decides to remain on the island to protect it and wishes the group well on their travels. So this was a nice bit of fluff between arcs. Gaimon, for how little he does, is memorable for his design alone. He has a really interesting design of being trapped in a treasure chest, and it's kind of funny to see him running around and doing things considering, he's stuck in a chest. While we do get an explanation of the Grand Line, our first one in the series, as well as the shape of the world and the various oceans. There's also a scene of Gaimon realizing the treasure he worked 20 years to protect is gone, meaning he kind of wasted 20 years of his life here, but how he's able to bounce back and decide on a new goal, protecting the island, as he was already doing, but this time more seriously. Even, it's nice to show that even when your original goal may be unfeasible or just out of reach, you can still find a purpose. While this might not be a very substantive chapter outside of the exposition we got from Nami, this was a really fun aside, and yes, Zoro wasn't mentioned because he spent the entire arc asleep, or entire chapter asleep. So yeah, fun chapter.